And here we are back with another educational beauty video, and this time I'm going to be showing you a super natural fall makeup look. It's really easy to do. Your skin still looks like skin. It's very natural looking, so you don't have to go for that full kind of like heavy eye look, and it's really kind of like using earthy tones in a very soft way. So hopefully you enjoy this. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. I'm also on Instagram, so make sure you come and say hi there too. Now let's get started with this video. I'm excited to share this look with you because I honestly couldn't find a full makeup look which was actually natural. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do one, because what if you don't want full glam? What if you don't want a full on like earthy smoky eye? So that's what we're going to be doing today, a natural fall makeup look which is just great for the season but also easy for you to do and just looks natural. So I'm going to get started with my skincare. I'm going to apply my Sturm Super Anti-Aging Eye Serum. This is brand new and I'm really excited to use. This is actually the first time I'm using this. So I'm going to take a little droplet of this, and this is like a two-step eye routine. So you have the serum and you apply this around your eye area, and I'm just going to pat that in. Because why not, right? I think it's a good idea, like using a serum specifically targeted to your eye area before you actually apply your eye cream. And then they have the Sturm Super Anti-Aging Eye Cream. I'm really excited about trying this. I'm going to be honest, guys. Remember I mentioned to you that I used, well, you've seen it as well, nearly every video for God knows how long, that I used the Drunk Elephant Sea Tango eye cream. It just would not end. There is so much product in there. It is unbelievable. And I don't know, I think I've been using that cream for like nearly a year. It's crazy, that same one. I'm sorry, I was waiting for it to finish just so I could start using a new eye cream. I've had to just put it away because it's just not ending. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just keep you for another time. This is really nice, kind of like, I just feel like, there's more of a routine for my eye cream. Having my serum, having my kind of like cream that goes over. You let your serum really dry, like settle into your skin first. And I'm interested to see how this actually like works with makeup. Whoa, I just put a whole load on. Like underneath, because, putting two products on the eye area and skincare before actually applying eye cream. I'm intrigued to see how this kind of like settles in and how the makeup sits on top. I'm going to let that settle in now. Now next up, I'm just going to go in with my moisturizer. I'm going to use my It Cosmetics Confidence in a cream. Okay, I'm going to let that settle in, and then we're going to move straight in with kind of like the concealer and foundation and just get our base done. Now, obviously, I don't want a heavy kind of base look. I do want it to look quite natural, but at the same time, it's a whole load of cream I didn't blend into my face. At the same time, I also want it to look flawless, and I don't want it to look like, I want to get good coverage, because otherwise the tones that I'm going to be using on the eyes and stuff it's just going to look like I've got like, it's just not going to look right. I'm going to apply my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Get the skin nice and tacky. Let that settle in for a minute. I don't know why, but my dark circles are pretty bad today. Like, I don't think I got enough sleep. So I'm going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury Color Corrector in Tan. I'm just going to add a little bit of this here, just to brighten up the area, just to help neutralize the blue that I can see there. Okay, I'm going to use my Hourglass Vanish Concealer in Dune. I'm just going to get a little bit on my lids. Let's just buff that in, get some nice coverage on my eyelids first. Even when you want a natural finish, like I'm going to go for a natural kind of finish foundation. But if you want that great coverage, obviously you've got to use a concealer that has good coverage. But, just go much less with the kind of amount that you apply so that it doesn't look super, super cakey. So I'm just going to like set my eyes. I'm using my Makeup Forever Ultra HD powder. Just going to press that there. Okay, I'm going to get my concealer and just put a little bit here. And I want to get rid of these dark circles. but I also don't want everything to look super cakey because I want it to look natural. There, I'm happy with that. That's also why I'm not using too much of a bright concealer. I'm using a concealer which is very close to my skin tone. Now that we've done that, I'm going to use my Makeup by Mario Surreal Foundation, Surreal Skin Foundation in 15N. I'm going to put some on the back of my hand, just one pump. I'm going to apply this with my brush. So I'm not going to go anywhere like close to my under eyes. So I'm just applying this everywhere else. So I'm not going over, you know, like the concealer that I applied on my under eye. One pump is more than enough. I still do have a little bit left on my hand, so I'm going to leave that because I'm going to show you where we're going to apply that. Right, I'm going to get my sponge. I'm going to get whatever that foundation is that's left. And now I'm just going to go over my under eye area. Literally, that's the only place. There you go. Now let's set that very quickly before it starts creasing. I'm going to use my powder. Only on my under eye. I'm going to get my brush. Nothing on here. And we're going to dust off. I'm super happy with that. Now the under eyes are done. Now what I want to do is get my powder puff and I want to just go over the areas that I know I would rather like that area stay matte most of the day. So I think what I want to do is just like around this area here. I'm not applying as much powder now. And the chin, maybe just here around the brows. Before we go any further, I just want to get my brows done. I'm going to use my Benefit Goof Proof Brow Powder for this because I just want a soft brow. Now that my base is done, my brows are done, I'm happy with all of that. Now we're going to get started with the exciting part, which is the eye makeup. Now we're going to be using matte colors. I am going to add a little bit of a different texture to it, but it's going to be much more natural and I think you're going to love this whole look. I'm using my Sigma brush. You can get this brush in my Sigma brush kit, which is still available at the Sigma site where you can use my discount code too. Use Nina Ubhi 10 and it's the best eye brush set you will ever need. You've got every brush in there for any kind of look. So I'm going to apply a color. I'm using my nude 16 color palette from Beauty Bay and I'm using the shade Warm and Cozy. It's like a really light kind of, it's like a latte brown. I have taken off the color on the back of my hand because I don't want a lot of product here. And I'm basically going to give my eye a wash of color. Super light. I don't want it to look dark. I just kind of like want a nice wash of soft brown. Always make sure you take the excess off on the back of your hand. I don't want a lot of pigment. I want it to be kind of like just transparent. So you can see that slowly starting to build up. We're just going to apply it to the lid and go into the socket a little bit and then we're going to lift up here just a little. It's really about kind of like taking that brush along the whole area. Try not to go too far up into the brow area. You really want to focus on the application being on the lid to begin with. And once most of that color has transferred over, then you want to focus on kind of blending the edges. I'm happy with that because I feel like it's like very soft, right? You can see the difference already. We're going to go ahead and do the same on the other eye. So focus on the lid first, fill it in, basically shade it in. No like specific way to do this. You can just take the brush kind of back and forth in circular movements if you want. Very easy. It's just really about having light pressure and not too much product on the brush. You know when someone looks like they've got eyeshadow but they don't look like it? Like it just is very natural looking. That's what we want. A nice wash of colour over the lid. Now, whatever's left on the brush, take it underneath. We don't want any extra colour here. How crazy is that? That's super light. Now, we're going to clean this brush off on the brush pad, which you do get in the brush set as well. So that's going to take all that colour off. So I haven't even cleaned this. Again, that was a dark colour. Now I'm going in with a much lighter colour. I'm going to go in with the shade Bare Necessity. And I'm going to go over my brow bone. And this is going to just kind of like soften up the edges. And it's almost like my skin colour. So you want an eyeshadow which is kind of like close to your skin color. It's going to even everything out. Or you could use a kind of like powder foundation, to be honest. You know, like a pressed powder, that works well as well. I just feel like applying it on the outlines of what we've already applied really helps to just kind of like clean it all up. Now we're going to curl the lashes. I'm going to use the new Benefit Fan Fest mascara because I don't want like super heavy lashes. This mascara is really good. I have to say, Benefit do some of the best mascaras. Okay, now I'm going to get my Nude Sticks Nudies Matte in Sunkissed. And I'm going to sculpt the face a little. And remember, we didn't actually apply much powder here. This is a really nice shade to sculpt, but also it's like kind of a blush shade as well, all in one. I think that's enough. I don't really want to go anywhere else. I just want that really nice kind of soft finish. So I'm going to use the brush on the other side of this. And soften this up, and it's going to add some colour, but it's going to look natural. It's not going to look super chiseled. I'm also going to get this same colour on my finger, and I just want a bit of a different kind of texture to my lid. So I'm going to apply it in the middle and then just press. And it just kind of changes up that whole, the texture of it, because it's a little bit creamy. So we're adding it to the middle of the lid, a little bit on the lips. And I'm applying this before I apply lip liner because it gives you a good idea of how much lip liner you need. Let's use the Makeup Forever Artist Colour Pencil in Anywhere Caffeine. I use my finger to buff in. I feel like this is a really good look for like autumn, for fall, because it's, you know, we're using those colors, we're using those really nice kind of earthy tones, but it doesn't feel like or look like kind of like that's a lot, you know. I don't look like, oh my god, she's got so much eyeshadow on, or what was that eyeshadow look like? I don't want people focusing on that. It's really a case of having that really nice muted earthy tone to your whole face, but different kind of shades of it, and not looking like it's too much, you know. I still want it to look natural, and the good thing is, because we literally, the only coverage we actually had was the concealer on around the eye area. Everywhere else we didn't need the coverage, so it's really just the foundation, and we didn't even contour or sculpt or anything. We literally just used the Nude Sticks in Sunkissed to just add a bit of color to the cheeks, which also just kind of like gives a bit of shape but not too much. And then we've got that such an overly soft earthy eye. It's just like, it doesn't look like there's loads going on. It doesn't look like there's eyeliner, which there isn't. It just looks like a super soft like wash of color on the lid. And I feel like when you think of wash of color, like when you think of like a wash of color on the lids, for some reason my mind automatically goes to like kind of like brighter colors or pastel colors. So you don't really think about it when it comes to like earthy tones. So that's why I really wanted to show you how you can still have something there without it looking like you've put a whole load of effort in, and it looks natural. It just literally, I can still see the skin under my eyeshadow, so it doesn't look like it's covering the whole area. The lip liner is not in your face. It's a very subtle finish. It also isn't like a brown shade. It's the right kind of color that complements my skin tone too. So I really do hope you've enjoyed this. Sending you loads of love wherever you are in the world, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.